So with Harmony 1 looking to have bottomed down here at 0.860, we potentially have seen this bounce to the upside occur. We can see this price came down 97.74% from its all-time high, and we have now seen on the weekly time frame the price move out of our buy zone for Harmony 1. But on that daily time frame, is this the pattern that we are still looking to play out? Do we still have a potential heavy pullback to come for the price action of 1? When we drop it down to those lower time frames, we can see these structures that are playing out, telling us that we do still have potential moves to the upside before we see a correction. So of course guys, the question begs, what is going on for Harmony 1? Where is its price action likely to go? We're going to cover off everything, but first of all, run the intro. What's going on guys? Welcome back to Cheeky Crypto Uncensored. Let's talk Harmony 1. Harmony 1 has been very interesting. First of all, we will start up here on the weekly time frame, something we don't tend to do. We can see we did see Harmony 1 drop into our buy zone we had here between 1.105 and 0.663 cent, where we do see the current bear market low at 0.860 cents. We can see we are down 97.47% from its all-time high all the way back here on the 16th of October. So the question of course does beg, is the bottoming for Harmony 1? Are we likely to see any further moves to the downside, or are we off to the races? You know, we're maybe targeting out hitting that all-time high perhaps for Harmony 1. I think the previous at around about 38 cent. We'll cover that later in the video, but let's actually have a look at what's going on. We'll jump down onto that daily time frame. We have this potential corrective pattern to the upside going on here, this flat correction A, B and C. Again, we will cover this off a little later in the video, just giving you a sneak peek as to what is to come. But of course, we will start down on these lower time frames, where we will kick it off on the 4-hour time frame. The 1 hour, we can of course see the big pullback we've seen in the markets yesterday. For our members down in Discord, we updated this late last night, looking for a push to the upside. So in this move, I determined this as the final fifth wave push to the upside for Harmony 1 before we see this correction. In this fifth wave move, I am targeting out the move towards 0.179 up towards 0.202 of a cent here for Harmony 1. This 5 wave in itself containing a 5 wave structure, where we can see highlighted in this teal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now inside this move itself, we are in the 3rd wave, where once again we can see a nested 5 wave structure highlighted here in orange. Now we have the rules playing out here. The teal has already hit its 1.618 impulsive move. The internal count I'm not happy with. The way we have some of these wicks on the charts lead me to believe we still have more to the upside inside this 3rd wave, hence the orange 5 wave structures. Now of course we've seen the pullback in the market early on this morning, and we've seen the wave 4 enter just wick out lower than its typical retracement area between 0.1599 cents and 0.1538 cents. From here we have seen, you know, quite a good move to the upside thus far for Harmony 1, around about 13.26% push, which is absolutely fantastic. If any of you managed to grab onto that one, massive congratulations. I do still expect to see more. This 5th wave within itself, I am targeting out the move to go up towards 1.865 cents to as high as 1.956 cents. This move within itself will wrap out this 3rd wave, from which we will then expect a 4th wave and that very final 5th wave of the 5th wave of this push to the upside. Now yes, that's a lot of 1s, 2s, 3s, 5s and everything in between. But we're talking elite wave theory here. Of course, you can learn it over at memberships. If we can get that right here, memberships.cheekycrypto.io. You can go over there and learn your elite wave theory. You can, of course, see the 7-day free trial is still there. Take advantage of that one, guys. Mark my words, it will not be there forever. Go over, check out memberships at cheekycrypto.io. So of course we are looking at this through the lens of elite wave theory and smart money concepts. So what we will do now, I'll bring you back over onto this 1-day chart. So the reason we're looking at these nested structures that are playing out here, these are all within this orange 5 wave move to the upside. I do think that we are in the final this final push to the upside for Harmony 1 in this irregular flat correction. Now this irregular flat correction is still within this X wave structure where we're targeting out the full bear market move. If we really zoomed out on this one, where we can see this as a W, X, Y, X and Z, still targeting out a potential new, not new low, potentially just another move back to the downside to confirm the end of the bear market. Okay, so within this move itself, we have this A, B and C structure. Let me just get a blank bit of canvas here. The A, the B and the C structure. So what of course we can see, the A wave origin moving up, coming back down in the B wave, crossing lower than the A wave's origin, typically down to the 1.236 level. Then from here, this C wave crossing higher than the A wave, high, and typically hitting the 1.618 of this initial A wave. So if we were to draw our Fibonacci level onto here, we can bring this then over to that B wave low, and we can see the C wave would then hit that 1.618 level. Now vice versa here, we take the inverse of this A wave, we would look for this B wave to hit the 1.236 level. So we can see how the structure actually forms in itself. And when we come back over to the charts, we can see that A, B and C structure, where we do see the B wave hitting the 1.236 and the C wave itself now hitting that 1.618. So we have a perfect scenario here for this irregular flat correction for Harmony 1. Now the internal workings of this move would be a corrective A wave, like something like this A, B and C structure. Absolutely awful at drawing these together when they don't have a chart to draw them on. So we're looking at an A wave like so. We will then look for a B wave. Once again, we'll expect this one here to be a corrective structure, and we would then look for that impulsive C wave. Impulsive being the keyword, we would look for a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, a wave 4 and a wave 5 in that C wave, where lo and behold we have a corrective move to the upside, we have a corrective move to the downside, and we have this 5-wave structure to the upside. This 5th wave within itself is approaching its area of exhaustion, shall we say, its target area. We could see this one rally up just a little bit more. Let's just draw this on for reference. 2.025 is the higher area, the 1.618, and 1.790, the lower area of this orange target area for this 5th wave move, the ultimate climax, I feel, for Harmony 1. Smart Money Concepts, of course, telling us we have a weak high, still expecting a little bit more to the upside, which is perfectly fine. We are trading above the 50 EMA in green, the 50 SMA in, the 50 SMA in green, the 50 EMA in red, and the 200 EMA in white. We can see all these sitting around about 0.13 of a cent. Apologies, guys. So overall, the market is, in my eyes, still bullish on the lower time frames, exhausting these moves to the upside, which is absolutely perfect. We will obviously look to capitalise on this next pullback. Now, the next pullback within itself, under these structures that we are playing out here, let me just do another drawing for you guys. We can obviously talk about the structures I see playing out here. I'm looking at this move down as a W, X, Y, X and Z structure. So the initial move to the downside, this structures out the entire move. This X wave here should be a 50 to 80% retracement of the W wave. This Y wave here should be the 1.236 to the 1.382 of the initial W wave. The secondary X wave, once again, should be the 50 to 80% retracement of this initial W wave. And lastly, this Z wave should be the 0.618 to the 1.236, once again, of this W wave. So you would take that measurement here for every single scenario, bring it over to the X wave high, where we can see the 1.382 hit here in the Y wave. Once again, bring it over to that X wave high. We look for the 0.618 down to the 1.236 for the Z wave, a very broad target area. So when we're looking at this move in itself, well, we can then take this initial move down in the W wave, bring it over to that current secondary X wave high, sitting at 0.1811. Let's just grab it on 10. We're close enough where we are, and we can see we have now got our target area between the 0.618 and the 1.236. The actual numbers for this, if you wish to write them down, mimic the chart however it is you may do it, between 1.181 of a cent and 0.770 of a cent. This would be the bear market low, or the final move down in this bear market for Harmony 1. Of course, the current bear market low all the way back here on 9th of October at 0.860 of a cent. Will this hold? Highly likely I think this will hold, but I do think we have seen the bottom for Harmony 1. Of course, we do have this pocket right down in here, which is still within this Z wave. We could see this one filled out here. This is not a necessity. The necessity is simply to come over into the upper area of this target area, but it's around about the 1.181 of cent here for Harmony 1. So we do know we are still expecting a pullback to come. Nothing has changed here. You guys will know I've not changed my opinion whatsoever. I do think this market is exhausted. I do think we're desperate for a pullback. Harmony 1, absolutely no exception. The difference is we have a nice, clear and concise structure to the upside. So yes, a fantastic pullback still to come for Harmony 1. The bottom, in my opinion, does look in for one, but I do think we have a fantastic area to come back down and test out one last time for Harmony 1 before we are off to the races in full strength. Now up to that monthly time frame, of course, we will obviously look to leave this one here today for you guys. Looking at this move to the downside, the W, X, Y, X and Z structure, I do think this is held obviously right within this move here. We're just to quickly draw this one on for reference. We're looking at W, X, Y, X and Z like so. So I do think we will have to revisit our buy zones one last time between 1.105 and 0.663. The lower level I don't expect to be filled out. Considering the low we did have was 97.74% from that all-time high of 38 cents. Well, I do think we have a fantastic opportunity on our hands. Should we come back in and tap on that upper level once again, a move back up to retest that all-time high of 38 cents, you're looking at around about the 3,300% return on investment, which will be absolutely fantastic for Harmony 1. I do think on this road to the upside we will have some very tough levels to break through. First of all, this previous wick high here. Let's just make this this line white so we have a really nice clear view. So back here on the 17th of April at 2.592 cents, this previous wick high I do think will act as a fair bit of resistance, as will this one here on the 30th of January at 2.961, as will this one here on the 8th of August 2022 at 3.4 cents, as will this one up here on the 28th of March 2022 at around about 18 cents. Then of course we come up to the territory of that all-time high. I do think we have some very tough levels of resistance on that push to the upside. However, as we obviously have done quite a few times here, let's just quickly mimic the previous bull market once again, bring it over to that current bear market low of around about, oh we're actually bang on there, 0.00858. Well, we could be looking at a potential a nice potential for Harmony 1 in the next bull run. Could we see that $2.74? Could we see it go as high as $10.69? That 1.236 Fibonacci level? Highly unlikely in my opinion. So as we previously spoke about these levels of high resistance, well, we can see the 0.236 Fibonacci level coming at that higher level we were looking at on the 8th of August at 3.41 cents. 3.41 cents. Once again, that will be a high level of resistance. We can see the 0.5 Fibonacci level. Well, once again, we have the move here on the 28th of March at 18 cents, just above that Fibonacci at equilibrium. I do think will be a very high area of resistance. Then once again, we have the 618 Fibonacci level here at 30.295 cents, close to that all-time high of 38 cents. I think we will see an immense amount of pressure at this level, as will the 702 at 49 cents, as will the 786 at 78 cents should we get there. Then we're looking at that 0.882 Fibonacci level, $1.38. It would be a monumental run to see Harmony 1 get up to those levels. In terms of returns from today's price, you're looking at that 8,000% return on investment. The 1-to-1, you're looking at 16,000% return on investment. So we really harbour our expectations. A retest of an all-time high will still be a fantastic return on investment. So yeah, it's nice to speculate in these things just now, but when we start to see these structures pan out on this move to the upside after, in my opinion, this B wave does completely finish, then yeah, we will have a good structure to work off of and we can target out that next bullish move for Harmony 1. But I'll leave that one there for today, guys. Let us know your thoughts, your opinions on everything I did talk about in today's video. Are you of the same opinion that we are still to see some fantastic low prices for many of these projects, Harmony 1 included? Let me know if you're going to be accumulating it, and if, of course, if you would like to see Harmony 1 covered more on the channel. Guys, as always, if you are going to trade, please do trade safely. Have a nice tight stop loss, make some great gains, stay safe in this space, and until next time, have a very nice day.